Yo, what's up, guys? You guys know who I am. I am the one and only Mykell Mathieu. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, January 24th. We are back here in the land of the living. So we should be excited because, as you can tell, I'm stumbling because I'm excited to give you this great show. You know what it is. These are the breaks.
These are the breaks.
These are the breaks. You know what it is. Hey, and I am back. These are the breaks with the one and only Mykell Mathieu here with you to have so much fun, man. I'm so excited. It is championship week. Championship Sunday is here for all of you NFL fans. You know what I'm talking about. But first, before I give you my predictions, make sure you stay with me to the very end because I'm going to tell you who I think will be playing in this year's Super Bowl. We're going to start down by breaking down the weekend that was. We got to go to the game that everybody is talking about. You have two fan bases that are great when it comes to the game of football. The Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers took care of business. They got the win 19-12. Shout out to them as they move forward to the NFC Championship. But we're all talking about the Cowboys. Once again, the Cowboys aren't going far enough for the team that everyone likes to call America's team. They just don't do enough to win when it comes to these big-time games. I love Dak Prescott, but once again, he's their Achilles heel. He had two interceptions, two really bad interceptions. Each of them either led to points or took away points from his team. He just didn't do enough, and it did suck because Tony Pollard, that great baller running back, he did injure himself. He had a high ankle sprain and broke his leg on the tackle there, but it comes back to the quarterback, and it comes back to Dak. They paid this man, and everybody expects him to play big-time football, and he just hasn't in the biggest moments. And I go back and forth with different people on Twitter who talks about Dak as a top 8-7 quarterback, and I say, you are nuts. Dak is not that guy. Dak is a guy that's between, I would say, 14 and 10 when it comes to the quarterbacking because he's a guy that you can win a Super Bowl with, yes, because Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl, but you need everything to go perfect around him to do so. He isn't a true, what I like to call, franchise guy like a Mahomes, like a Rodgers in his heyday, Tom Brady in his heyday, Peyton Manning, to where sometimes you could say, hey, we're going to give you this, try to find a way to make it happen, and they can do it. That's why you can see a guy like Mahomes do it without a great defense. You can see Rodgers do it without the greatest of defenses. Tom Brady can find a way of going to a brand new team and winning the Super Bowl because those are franchise guys. Dak Prescott, he isn't him. I don't want to hear anybody say it until you prove me wrong, but the Niners took care of business. They protected home 19-12. They move on. Shout out to Coach Shanahan, Brock Purdy. The guys are doing amazing there. To take you to the other game in NFC, which was over at the coin flip, the Giants did not show up. They looked like the little Giants. And I'm talking about the team before they got their jerseys and looked really good. They were destroyed 38-7, total domination. I expected a closer game. I thought the third matchup, the Giants would be ready. I wasn't sure if Philly was ready to make that step and clearly show that they are that team, but they totally prove me wrong. Jalen Hurts, he balled out in this game. He looked amazing. They just have so much around him defensively. You have the weapons on offense. They look like the best team in football. Yes, I am saying it. The Eagles look like the best team in football, but I know it's a brand new week. Championship week is going to be way different, but they did their thing. Daniel Jones, we believed a little bit, but I still didn't believe to that extent, and they took a L, but I just expected more. So we're going to see what the Giants are going to do in the offseason. Is Daniel Jones coming back? Saquon Barkley? How are they going to build a team around those two if they bring them back? It's going to be interesting, but shout out to the Eagles who will be at home this Sunday. But we have to go to the AFC, where we first are going to start off with the first game of the divisional weekend. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Chiefs protected home, took care of business, 27-20. But the thing that we're talking about is Patrick Mahomes. He left the game with a high ankle sprain, but the Chiefs found a way. Even Chad Henne, anything's possible. Clearly, that's what they're saying in Kansas City, because Chad Henne was able to lead them on a 98-yard drive that ended with him throwing a touchdown to Travis Kelce, who ended up with 2 touchdowns. But we're all talking about Mahomes. How is he going to look? Is he going to be ready? But some big takeaways from the game. The Chiefs defense made plays when they need to. They had a couple sacks. They were able to recover a fumble late. Rookie Jalen Watson was able to get an interception to kind of make sure that there was no chance that the Jaguars can come back and win the game. And then the Chiefs ran the ball well. Isaiah Pacheco did his job. They didn't get much from McKinney, but the Chiefs are showing this year what they didn't do last year, was that you can count on a running game, because Isaiah Pacheco looks like a guy, and he has proven it week in and week out. But they're going to have a big test this week. Shout out to Jacksonville, who put together a good season, made it this far, surprising a lot of people. They have a bright future with sunshine over there, Trevor Lawrence. So we're going to make sure that we keep our eyes on them in the future. But right now, it's about the Chiefs, and the other team that they're going to face is going to be the Chiefs, trying not to be 0-4 versus the Cincinnati Bengals, who went into Buffalo, took care of business, 27-10 victory. Joe Burrow and those guys, they put a smacking on the Buffalo Bills, everybody's Super Bowl favorite at the beginning of the year. But you just saw their flaws, and I can see them at the beginning of the season, mid-season, especially with the injury to Von Miller. With losing Von Miller, they had no pass rush. They couldn't run the ball with Singletary and James Cook. They were very one-dimensional, and it was pretty much Josh Allen, you go and win everything, and they can do it to certain teams, but when you go against the big dogs in the NFL, it just isn't enough. Josh Allen threw another interception. That was too many interceptions in the past few games. The Bengals did a great job against Diggs, who only had 4 catches for 35 yards. The Bengals are serious, and I told everyone before the season, why are you guys not believing in the Bengals? They have the quarterback, they have the weapons, they have some pass rushers, some pieces on defense. Why didn't we believe in the Bengals? And now look at them again, trying to get back to the Super Bowl as they head to Arrowhead once again, where they picked up a victory 27-24 last year in overtime, and that epic comeback win. It's going to be some big-time football this Sunday. I hope you guys are ready. Don't forget, my predictions are going to be later, but I got to give some shout-outs to Mr. Irrelevant, who's clearly relevant, Brock Purdy. He just does his job. He just plays the quarterback position. He goes out there. He doesn't turn the ball over. He just makes the plays happen and get the ball into the hands of your weapons, something that Dak needs to learn, and he makes it happen. Coming from that game, Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy, his job is safe per Jerry Jones. So we're going to see. We know that Jerry Jones can be very wishy-washy. But so far, it looks like Mike McCarthy is going to be back. I really think they just have to get more pieces around, and maybe that can be enough for Dak, but who knows? With the Patrick Mahomes injury, he will play. He's Patrick Mahomes, guy. He has Mamba mentality. He has the MJ Iverson mentality. That guy is going to play. He was able to play actually years ago, the year they won the Super Bowl, the Chiefs. 2019, he had a high ankle sprain on his left ankle that had him miss No games, and he played all of the games until he dislocated his kneecap that year, and he played really well. So there was footages of him working out, showing that his ankle was going to be all right. So I expect him to play, and I expect him to play well. Tom Brady, who was eliminated during Super Wildcard Weekend, he's pondering his future. He's sitting back trying to see what he's going to do. I said it last week, let the game go, Brady. You have nothing else to prove. You're already the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Let it go. And back to Dallas. Zeke wants to stay in Dallas, and he's willing to take a pay cut. And I think that will be smart because you have to get Tony Pollard back. The guy is a baller. He can give you the next 3 or 4 years being a really good back. And at this point, Zeke realizes, man, I'm just a complimentary back, somebody that can help short yardage, can catch some passes, and then get out there and block for my quarterback. So it is going to be some interesting things going into the offseason, but the season isn't done. This is championship weekend. I hope y'all ready. Chiefs versus Bengals, Eagles, Niners. I got my picks later, and I'm going to tell you why I will go undefeated again like I did this weekend. I told you to trust in my upset special, but y'all know what time it is. These are the breaks, and I have to take a break. I'll be back with you guys in a minute.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Welcome back. These are the breaks. So I took you from the gridiron. Now we got to go to the hardwood where, the NBA, it's rivalry week, baby. We're going to have a lot of big-time rival games. You got games like the Celtics Heat, Lakers Clippers tonight. Let's see if the Lakers can finally get over that Clipper hunt. I don't know why they can't solve them. We're going to see. You got Memphis Warriors, which is going to be big time. There tomorrow on the 25th. I can't wait to see that game because I love when teams get a little yappy with one another. But you're going to see a lot of great games this week, so make sure, NBA fans, this is especially the week you want to be checking in and tapping in because it's rivalry week, baby. You're going to get the Lakers Celtics on Saturday, so I am excited for that. But speaking of the Lakers were able to make a trade that even surprised point guard Dennis Schroeder, who was, live and was like, what? This trade happened? Yes, it did happen, Dennis. Lakers trade Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round draft picks to Washington for Rui Hachimura. I like the deal on both sides. I think that you get some guard play over there with the Wizards. You get 3 second-round picks where you never know. You probably can get lucky, maybe get you a guy that can, be a surprise player like Isaiah Thomas, Gilbert Arenas. You just hope you can get lucky or some foreigner that you can kind of build. And having 3 second-round draft picks is big for them. For a team that's clearly not near winning a championship, they need to try to get as many pieces as possible. But we have to talk about the Lake Show because they add a 24-year-old player who has been dealing with health issues with part of his career, but let's hopefully that the Lakers can, aid with that. But the Lakers needed him. They needed some size when it comes to the wing position, and this guy's about 6'8", 6'9", big body. What I really love about it is that he's played with Thomas Bryant. He's played with Troy Brown. He's played with Russell Westbrook, who, he's going to be on the floor with. And that pick and roll in Washington looked really nice. So hopefully we can see some of that. He came off of a game not too long ago where he scored his career high 30 points. So the Lakers are hoping that he can be a piece. This is not the guy that's going to say championship with the move. No, this is a piece that you can add to help the team because it was crowded in the backcourt. You had all of these guys back there. Patrick Beverly, Schroeder, Russ, Troy Brown, if you count them as a guard. You have Austin Reeves there. So they just had too many guards. Max Christie is another guy. They had too many guards, and they needed a guy like Hachimura, and you're just hoping that you can get the best out of him. This is a great boom or bust trade because the guy was a 9th overall pick. He's a baller, and if he can stay healthy, he can be a guy that they can give a contract extension, and he can help for a few years. So I like it. Why not give a try to a guy who was an early lottery pick and see if maybe practicing and playing with LeBron, Anthony Davis when he returns, him and Russ once again, that you can bring the best out of him, and maybe this can be a steal for the Los Angeles Lakers. And the word is there with the Lakers is that they hope that he can start. I don't know how they're going to do it. Are they going to move Thomas Bryant to the bench when AD returns? I don't know what they're going to do, but they want Hachimura on the court because, like I said, he's a big body wing, and the Lakers need that to help out LeBron James so they can get some win. So, let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if he can come play well, get this contract extension here with the Lakers. He's an Asian player here, so I know that's going to be great. You have Ohtani in baseball. Now you have Hachimura, who, hopefully the fans show up, and the Crypto.com arena is that much louder because of the love for this guy. So I'm excited for the move. Can't wait to see what he's going to bring to my Los Angeles Lakers. And I don't know when he's going to play his first game, hopefully soon. But we have to go to some very, very great news that I love to see. Orlando Magic's Jonathan Isaac returned to play after almost 3 years off due to left knee injury. That's a total of 904 days. He was able to score 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 10 minutes of play as they got a big victory over the number 1 team right now in the NBA, the Boston Celtics. What a great story. I remember Jonathan Isaac coming out as a young player. He was one of those lottery guys that you were hoping to get the best out of. He was drafted at that time where the Magic were drafting a similar kind of player. They drafted him. They drafted Mo Bamba, but he's an athlete. He played at Florida State. You're just happy to see a guy come back when hoop is life. We know about ball is life and things like that. This guy really is showing it because he could have given up, could have said, man, my body's just not going to hold up. But when you have a dream, you chase that dream, you give your everything to keep it going. And I'm just happy to see Jonathan Isaac back. He's a guy who's still young, still has some potential. And let's see if he can stay healthy. So cheers to him for his fight back. And, man, hopefully he can stay on the floor. We got to give a shout out to a guy from Fresno, California, repping Cali as well as myself. Jalen Green, he had his career night, 42 points over the Minnesota Timberwolves. The guy is a baller. I can't wait for the Rockets to build that winning culture around him and Kevin Porter Jr. Because I think that in like 5 years, Jalen Green is going to be one of the guys where he's a top 10, top 5 guy. He's a bucket getter. He's explosive. He's excited to see. He kind of reminds you of that Anthony Edwards type of athlete. I really have high hopes for Jalen Green. I think he's a hooper. And, he played for Team Why Not, which is Russ's team that he practiced at, my high school, Lusinger High. So, being able to see him up close was like, this guy has potential. And he has a bunch of potential. 42 points is no joke for the second-year player. Jalen Green, I got my eye on you, man. Keep hooping. The wins are going to come. You guys are going to grow. But shout out to the Kings. Like, who would have expected this? The Sacramento Kings continue to play. I've been sitting here just like waiting, like, they're gonna fall off eventually. Just let it happen slowly. But it is not happening. Like, these guys are playing some really great basketball. They were blazing last night when they had 12 3-pointers in a quarter, which ties the NBA record for most threes in a quarter. Keep it up, Sacramento. Like, it is a big surprise, and I'm hoping you guys can make the playoffs and we can hear those cowbells and you guys can be like you were in the early 2000s, because you want to see, a team like the Kings finally make it through. But shout out to De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, and those guys. They are balling. Mike Brown, I'm telling you, he's a guy that I might vote today as the coach of the year with the job that he's doing with a team that no one can say that they believed in before the season. So shout out to the Kings. And I got to give mad respect to Shannon Sharp, who we all know the incident that happened here in L.A. where it was Shannon Sharp versus the Memphis Grizzlies and T. Morant, John Morant's dad. It was a crazy situation, but it's Shannon Sharp, and he's going to act out and do what he does. He's a personality. That's what he does on TV. He's always been at it, even in his playing career, but he apologized for his part of the incident with the Memphis Grizzlies at the Lakers game. The only thing I disagree with is for people like, they should know who Shannon Sharp is. He can do what he wants to do. He's a Hall of Famer. Yes. An NFL Hall of Famer. He can do whatever in that realm, but when you come to a basketball game, you are a fan watching the game. You are sitting sideline. You are a fan. You can't be doing all of that, Shannon. So chill out, relax. If you're there covering the game as media, yeah, you can move differently, but just chill, watch the game, enjoy watching your King James. But hey, the Lakers, I'm excited for the move. I'm excited for today. With their matchup with the Clippers. I'm excited for this week, rivalry week. I got to go to another break. But hey, these are the breaks. We'll be back. Give me a minute, man. I'll be back with more for you guys soon.
Hi, I'm Renee Starms of the Starms Agency. Do you know why 97% of startups fail? It's because they don't have the proper exposure. So for the first time ever, Infanity Studios and the Starms Agency have come together to provide you with the Little Guys Big Marketing Package. Now, this is for local Los Angeles businesses who are ready to launch, relaunch, or simply expose their business to grow. With this package, you're going to receive 6 months of online and offline marketing tactics in a customized plan for your business. You're also going to get a professional TV quality commercial filmed in an 1,800 square foot studio with multiple screening options. So if you're ready to grow, go ahead and click that link. We also have financing available. I'm looking forward to chat with you. Click the link and let's go.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Once again, I am back. Mykell Mathieu here with These Are the Breaks. And we're going to keep it on the hardwood, man. Got some more NBA to talk about. Just got the news that KD is going to be out at least 2 more weeks. He will begin running and on-court activities this week as he recovers from his MCL sprain. You just hate to see a guy so great to be missing games. But, it's a lot of NBA season. Kyrie Irving is doing his thing, and the team continues to pick up a couple wins. They won back-to-back games, got a big win at Golden State. So get healthy soon, KD, because the Nets need you. The NBA needs you. We love to see KD play, so hopefully he can be back. So from one great player to another, LeBron James, he's this week's Western Conference Player of the Week. Expect to hear more about LeBron and his greatness with the next few weeks as he gets closer and closer and closer to passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most points scored in NBA history. Well-deserved. LeBron James is balling. He was a big part of the comeback win versus the Portland Trail Blazers, and he's the reason why the team is staying afloat. He stepped his game up with the injury of Anthony Davis, and of course the other guys around him are playing better, but he's doing his part trying to get the Lakers in the playoffs, and I'm excited to see with the healthy Anthony Davis after the different moves that the Lakers are making. Will there be? But the NBA is planning a LeBron Fest at the All-Star Game to celebrate his great accomplishment that he's going to achieve. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought it that this guy will be able to break this record? But, records are meant to be broken, so I'm happy it's a guy like LeBron who everybody knew since day one, even in high school, that he will be great, that he's proven everyone right by being exactly that. So I can't wait to see what the NBA is going to have for LeBron when it comes to All-Star Weekend because, he deserves all the love he's going to get. And shout out to Jrue Holiday, who is the Eastern Conference's Player of the Week. We know Jrue Holiday is very solid. They're doing their best over there in Milwaukee to continue to stack up wins as Chris Middleton figures out his body and tries to be healthy for a team that a lot of people has as a favorite to win an NBA championship over there with Giannis. But we get closer. The NBA trade deadline is February 9th. We're not too far away. We're going to see what teams are going to make moves, who's going to blow it up, maybe Toronto. Which team that need pieces might try to do something. Will the Lakers add some shooting to the Hachimura move? Will the Nets add some size? Will different teams try to do something? The Celtics, who's looking for a center to grab before the trade deadline, are they going to get that piece that can help them actually win an NBA championship once again, which they haven't done in a while? Once again, will the Lakers do more? Will the Lakers try to do whatever they can? Clearly, the Lakers aren't going all in because they're not trying to trade those first-round picks, but they're trying to do enough because the West is wide open. You look at the Nuggets, you look at Memphis, the Warriors are still there, but the Warriors don't look like the Warriors, so there's not that team that has that experience that's won a championship other than the Warriors that's in the West that you could trust right now and say that team is going to make it to the finals. So that's why the Lakers believe there's still a chance, because no matter what you say, the Lakers were built to play in the playoffs. They weren't built to win 60, 70 games. They were built, if we get into the playoffs, how the hell can you beat us with LeBron James healthy, Anthony Davis healthy, Russ now knowing his role as a sixth man and the different pieces that they have around them. You have to try to figure out that puzzle, and they're hoping that, Darvin Ham can have, great game plans for them to make it through. So any types of move that they make to help them is going to be something that people have to look out for, especially if they can get into the playoffs. Fred VanVleet, who's playing some really, really good basketball, is still very much available after turning down his extension with the Raptors. So it's going to be exciting times, man. It's the NBA. We know that it is exciting all the way into the very end. So you have the beginning of the season, the trade deadline that everybody's going to be looking towards. You're going to have All-Star Weekend, the NBA season. This is the exciting time of the season because we are here, and all of this is going to run into the NBA playoffs. So that's enough sports right now. I have to talk about this before I give you my picks. Like I said last week, I went 4-0. I wish I can get a round of applause. I wish there was people here to clap for me. But I'll clap for myself because I did that. But just have to talk about something serious. If you haven't heard about the Monterey Park shooting that left 11 dead, which is actually like 5 minutes away from where I am recording here right now, just got to send prayers out to that family of those who lost their loved ones. Just a crazy situation, man, that, to deal with this. And it just lets you know there was another situation, I believe, in the Bay Area where 3 people were shot and killed. Just in this time in this world, you watch social media, you see all these crazy things daily. I think that it's just time that we just have more love and we spread more love, and we show it all over social media. So, man, if you're checking this out, I thank you so much for your support, your love. But make sure that you contact your family members, your friends, people you haven't talked to in a while, and just let them know, hey, I got love for you, bro, sis, whoever they are, because, man, we're living in some very, very crazy times. We get all of the news with social media, so you hear about all these tragic events that goes on. But yeah, man, I want to send my love out to you guys. Thank you guys for your support and for all of my work that I do, because we really need it. So now is that time. I give you my picks for the teams that I have going to the Super Bowl and give you a little reason on why. First, we're going to start with the first game on Sunday, and it is the Eagles with the Niners coming into the East Coast. And the Eagles surprised me. I came in saying I got the Niners. The Niners are going to make it. But, man, I believe in the Eagles. I think that Jalen Hurts and those weapons that he have can do enough with that defense, the number one pass rush in the NFL, to make it tough on Brock Purdy, who has played amazing football, to make it tough on that run game with CMC and Elijah Mitchell. I believe the Eagles will take care of business. I'm going to say a score of 21-17. The Eagles do enough to protect home and do their part. And no upset here. I think that the Kansas City Chiefs finally, or I guess it is an upset because now everyone has the Bengals as the favorites. I think the Chiefs finally take care of business. Can the Bengals possibly beat them 4 times in a row? I don't think so. I think the Chiefs have enough to run the ball. If you look at the last games that the Chiefs lost to them, it's always been by 3, 34-31, 27-24, 27-24. I think this time the Chiefs makes that play or two to make sure they happen. It came down to a Travis Kelce turnover and missed field goal earlier in the season. I think the Chiefs do enough to win. I think they go down the field. Butker, during a tie game, wins the game, and the Chiefs win 27-24. Eagles, Chiefs, the Andy Reid Super Bowl, the Kelce Bowl. Hey, y'all let me know what you guys think. Am I right? Am I being a homer, which I don't think so, because the Chiefs are great. You guys let me know. What is your pick for this weekend? I was undefeated last week. You might want to go to Vegas and believe in me. But you guys let me know in the comments or reach out to me at Mykell the PG, Instagram, Twitter. That's Mykell the PG, Mykell THEPG, where we can discuss, we can go back and forth, we can argue, we can do whatever. But I thank you guys for tapping in with me this week. For these are the breaks. I'll catch you guys later.